She was once most powerful woman in Egypt, praised in temples, painted on walls, and honored as a goddess. Then, without warning, her name vanished. Her images were destroyed. In history, it acted like she never existed. Why would the ancient world try to erase a queen so iconic, so divine? In this video, we will uncover the mysterious disappearance of Queen Nefertiti and the power struggles that may have buried her legacy. So, take a seat, because here comes history. The rise of a queen. To understand her fall, we must first witness her rise. Nefertiti didn't come from nowhere, though her origins are debated. Some say she was a foreigner princess. Others claim she was the daughter of a powerful Egyptian divisor. What's clear is that her entrance onto the political stage was no accident. She married Akhenaten, a prince who would soon shake Egypt to its core. But Nefertiti was no mere decorative consort. She was a political partner, a co-reformer, and to some, even a divine being. In official art, she appeared in ways no queen ever had before, standing equal to Akhenaten, sometimes even larger. She wears the blue crown of kingship, smites enemies in battle scenes, and makes offerings to the gods, in roles once reserved only for pharaohs. She even had her own cartouche, a royal name within the sacred oval border, a sign of sovereign power. And what a name it was! Nefertiti. Beautiful are the beauties of Aten. The beautiful one has come. She wasn't just a queen, she was the face of a revolution. A royal revolution. When Akhenaten ascended the throne, he didn't just rule, he rewrote Egypt's spiritual identity. The traditional gods, worshipped for thousands of years, were swept aside in favor of Aten, the sun disk. This was a dramatic break from the deeply entrenched religious system led by the powerful priestess of Ammon. It was more than a theological shift, it was a political warfare. To break the grip of the old priesthood, Akhenaten built a new city from scratch, Akhetaten, now known as Amarna. In the middle of the desert, far from the old capitals of Thebes and Memphis, the city became the stage for a new era. Here, Nefertiti shined. She wasn't just beside the pharaoh, she was his equal in every way. In some carvings, she appeared alone in royal duties. In others, she holds the crook and flail, symbols of absolute power. Together they promoted atheism as a kind of cosmic harmony. The royal family, bathed in sunlight, become the only connection between humans and the divine. Even their children were drawn into this iconography. 6 daughters shown in exaggerated, almost alien art styles, living in a new sacred order. But with every bold move, they made enemies. The priests of the old gods, conservative nobles, regional leaders losing power. The old order wasn't gone, it was waiting, gathering strength in the shadows. The disappearance. Then, without warning, Nefertiti was gone. Her name, once everywhere, vanished from inscriptions. Her image, once divine, was removed from temples. The powerful queen who had stood beside a revolutionary pharaoh simply disappeared. No burial, no tomb, no records of her death. It is as if she never existed. But history doesn't just forget someone like Nefertiti. It is more likely that someone made the world forget her. One theory suggests she died suddenly, perhaps from illness or plague, a fate not uncommon in ancient times. Another proposes she was exiled, removed from power in a palace cup, perhaps even by her own husband. But then there's a third possibility, one that's gained more support among Egyptologists, that Nefertiti didn't disappear at all. She changed her name, became Pharaoh Nefertiti, ruled Egypt alone in the final years of Akhenaten's reign, or immediately after his death. This theory is supported by inscriptions that reference a female ruler with that name, one who carried royal authority and may have even ruled before Tutankhamun. If true, Nefertiti didn't vanish, she ascended to the throne as a king. But why would the queen turned pharaoh be erased from history? History is full of forgotten figures, but Nefertiti's assure feels intentional. What do you think happened? Was she removed by rivals? Did she take on a new identity? Or was she erased to protect a fragile dynasty? Drop your theory in the comments. Let's see what you think happened to Egypt's most mysterious queen. The evidence left behind. Despite efforts to erase her, Nefertiti left behind clues, if you know where to look. The most famous is her bust, discovered in 1912 in an artist's studio in Amarna. It shows a woman with perfect symmetry, arched eyebrows, and a calm, regal gaze. Today it's considered one of the most iconic artworks in history. But there's something odd. It wasn't finished. Why was such a masterpiece never completed? And why was it hidden? Then there's the tomb KV-55, found in the Valley of the Kings. It contained a mummified body, young, royal, and genetically linked to Tutankhamun. Some say it's Akhenaten, others whisper that it could be Nefertiti, buried in secrecy, stripped of her name to prevent unrest. More intriguing still is a hidden anomaly in Tutankhamun's tomb. In 1215, radar scans suggested that the presence of a sealed chamber behind the walls. Nicholas Reeves, a prominent Egyptologist, proposed that this chamber could be the tomb of Nefertiti, hidden behind her stepson's buried site. If true, this would be the archaeological find of the century. But to this day, that chamber remains unexcavated, sealed, silent, and possibly holding the answer to one of Egypt's greatest riddles. Why was she erased? In ancient Egypt, memory was sacred. To be remembered was to live forever, and to be erased, that was the ultimate punishment. The practice was known as the Matio Memoriae, the condemnation of memory. Statues were defaced, names were scratched out, images were destroyed. To erase someone's name was to condemn their soul to oblivion. It had happened before. Hatshepsut, a powerful female pharaoh who ruled centuries earlier, was posthumously erased by her stepson, Akhenaten. Nefertiti's own husband was called a heretic and whipped from history after his death. And perhaps so was Nefertiti. Why? Maybe because she ruled as pharaoh, a role that changed gender norms and political traditions. Maybe because she upheld atheism when the people were desperate to return to the old gods. Or maybe her very memory was dangerous to the fragile image of unity Tutankhamun's regime needed to protect. Removing her name was more than revenge, it was strategy, a way to stabilize a kingdom that had survived a religious civil war. Power had made her a queen. That same power erased her from history. A queen's legacy. And yet, Nefertiti endures, in museum halls, in documentaries, in books and imaginations. She lives on. Her face is recognized worldwide, even though we still don't know where her body lies. She represents more than mystery. She's a symbol of strength, intelligence, and transformation. A queen who defied her hold, a woman who may have ruled as king, a monarch erased by her enemies, but revived by time. And perhaps that's her ultimate revenge. Even in silence, her story calls out. Every shattered statue, every missing inscription, every sealed chamber is a whisper. She was here. And we still listen. Maybe someday we'll find her tomb. Maybe we'll discover a hidden inscription that reveals the truth. Or maybe her story will remain unfinished, like the bust that immortalized her. But one thing is certain, while history tried to erase Nefertiti, we will not forget. If this story pulled you in, and you want more hidden chapters from history, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Got a strange event, secret project, or forgotten place you think we should cover next? Drop it in the comments. I'm always reading. Thanks for watching. And just as you took the seat, now you take the star with you. Bye!